Hi. Hi. Hi guys. How are you? Sorry, I'm getting a little situated. I'm in my car. Hello to the replay viewers. Thank you for joining. Hi to everybody on the web, and hello to those of you who are coming in right now. So hi. You literally just watched the last replay. Well, now you're all caught up and we can keep talking. So I'm at work. I'm early as usual. I'm always early to work, so that I can have a little car party in my car. Where else would you have car parties? So I don't know if any of the people where do you work? I work at a school and I teach kids music. I started a choir at a local high school, and it's been my baby since like last year. And I teach that, and then I teach an a cappella group after school, which is choir minus the music, so it's just all singing and like beatboxing and percussion, vocal percussionists, and then I teach private lessons as well. Sorry, I just read girls only. If you're in here and you're a dude, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. Let's do some vocal exercises. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? The picture is so clear right now, and your makeup is looking flawless. Oh my gosh. Sun-kissed Jess, don't ever leave me. I'm Josie. Hey, Josie. So I'm imagining if you joined, I thought there would be pancakes in this car party. I'm sorry, there's no pancakes. There's just Subway. Yes, you have come across Olga, but right now I am having conversation about something that is not spoken about very much, and that is, it is the PMS of the woman, and it is also when you have a mental health issue. I'm gonna talk like Carrie now so people actually take this seriously. So I started a broadcast earlier about this issue, this topic, not this issue, like it's an uprising, it's an issue. So, 6 blank 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 9. Hi. So if you are just joining, I was talking earlier about what the effects are of having bipolar disorder. You is purdy, thanks. About having bipolar disorder or any mental health issue, really, whether it's anxiety, depression, OCD, borderline personality disorder, all of which I have. And you can go ahead, call me crazy, ask if I've taken my meds. Go ahead, I'm ready for it. I can take it on. So I just wanted to talk about how that affects our cycle. I do not take lithium. I take Seroquel. Lithium, was one that I was thinking about, but Seroquel's been working well for me for a few years, but I do want to get off of it soon, so lithium would probably be my next step. It's part of our charm that we're just a little bit crazy. Yes, exactly. So what I wanted to talk about was, and guys, I did warn you, was PMS and a woman's cycle menstrually, and how that's affected by having mental health disorders. Excuse me for calling them such, but that's what I call them for myself. So, crazy and beautiful, that's what I go for. You're never gonna find a beautiful woman who isn't crazy or dumb. It's gonna be one of the two, because if they're smart, they're gonna be nuts. And if they're just like doop-de-doop-de-doo going through life, then like that's fantastic, but they're gonna be pretty stupid. Sorry, I just got like really real on that. I'm sorry, that like was probably really mean. Okay, so the point is that I notice that when I am, well, yeah, it's true, ignorance is bliss. If you know enough about the world, you're gonna start to be like depressed about it and be like, what about all this stuff that can happen? Anyway, let's get back on track, okay? So I've noticed particularly since I have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and then like going back in the years and looking at my behavior when I was coming up to, here comes the word guys, my period, those couple days before that are known as PMSing, I would go literally batshit crazy. Like, I'm not talking a little bit like, oh, because I never used to PMS. Never before this really happened. I'm not bipolar, but my best friend is, so I like learning. That's fantastic. Yeah, I would go ballistic. And it was like, when I first started getting my period, when I was like, I think I was 14, I didn't get PMS. 15 didn't get it. 16 didn't get it. Then all of a sudden, as my bipolar disorder, you know, kind of snuck on in there, I noticed that my PMS would be so bad. Like, not just moody, not just like, get away from me, I don't want to talk to you. I mean, like, filled with rage, like a fight or flight, mama bear protecting, like, monster of a human being. Total train wreck. For like 48 hours, I'm a different person. Exactly. It's like a 48 hour to 72 hour period. It's like 2 to 3 days. And do you like how I just, you know, showed you guys the day translation of the hour, just in case you guys didn't know how to do that. And yeah, please, any feedback that you guys are comfortable sharing, definitely throw up there. Otherwise, tappity tap, let me know that this is a subject that you guys are enjoying. Not enjoying necessarily, but are getting something out of. Just so I know you guys are there. Thank you guys, because I see the 46 in the corner, but I want to make sure that I am, you know, engaging with you guys. So, like I said, it's like I'm a different person. Like, this rage comes out of me that I didn't think I had. Like, I'm not the kind of person that goes around and just like needs to beat people up and like start punching things. But during that 48 to 72 hour period, I mean, I can tear some shit up is all I'm gonna say. By 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm being really open with this because I have found that by being open, it inspires others to open up, and that's enough for me to put myself on the line. So I do hope that you guys respect the fact that I am putting all this on the line and that it doesn't come back to haunt me later by people asking if I've taken my crazy meds, but I can get through that. I am strong. So anyways, by 11 o'clock this morning, I woke up at 9:15, so within the first 2 hours of me being awake, I had already literally pounded my door in so hard that there's this huge gash at the bottom. That wasn't enough. I needed to barricade myself in the room, slam the door so hard that I couldn't open it from the inside. Like, I literally jammed the door, and I was stuck in the bedroom, and I had to be like, fiance of mine who deals with my craziness, can you come let me out of my bedroom? My fiance knows everything. He very well knows I'm bipolar. I share everything with him. He shares everything with me. We're very much like on the same team. So I've got a great support system in him and in my mom. But anyways, it's just like, I just broke the door. Like, it was just, bye door. We've lived here for 3.5 years. Bye. I'm done with you, door. And then I was so anxious about it, and my hand was hurting so badly from beating the shit out of a door, that then I went into our studio, which is full of really like nice recording equipment, like not enough to break in and steal, so don't think I'm ever gonna leave my location on and you guys can come and get it. It's not that expensive, but it's expensive enough that it's like, you know, it's, you don't wanna ruin it. And I was trying to get my tea. You guys know how I drink my tea every morning, and I was like, and I just spilt it all over everything, like interfaces and computers and soundboards and iPads and phones and just everything you could ever imagine. So literally within the first 2 hours I was awake, I was just destruction. I was just a tornado. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, oh my god, I need a recap. The recap is we're talking about mental health and the effects that certain things, certain disorders, if you don't mind me calling them that, have on PMS for a woman. And for me, having bipolar disorder, when I get PMS, I don't just get PMS. I get like, I'm gonna kill somebody right now, or I'm gonna take this door down. Like, one of the two, and I don't want to hurt people, so I end up taking it out on poor innocent doors. And it's always the smallest things, but whatever the trigger is, that's what it is that day. And the trigger this morning was that my fiance hid my makeup. And it was so not a big deal. It wasn't supposed to be a big deal, but I was rushed, and electronics. I was rushed. I was like, Mondays are the worst. I hate Mondays. Oh my god, no, he didn't. That's what it was about. Okay, that's how small it was. But it became so huge. It became everything. The rage. Coming in late. Hello again. Hi. Just to recap, we're just continuing the conversation on how bipolar disorder affects PMS, or PMS affects bipolar disorder. Both of them, I guess. So anyway, yeah. Oh yes, he did. He moved my makeup. I was so excited. I had just gone out and bought this new makeup because I had been running out for a while. And I'm like, okay, like I got everything ready. I got to get all my shit ready. I got to go see my vocal coach. Got to drive right to my choir. Then I have to teach an a cappella group, teach a couple private lessons, and then I'll be able to take a breather. I was like, okay. Had it all set out, you know? Went to put my makeup on. Sweetheart, where's my makeup that I just bought yesterday and I left on the kitchen table? I hid it. Okay, so where do I get said makeup? It's in my car. Now, he doesn't actually speak like that. I'm making that because to me, that's how the voice sounded. And then he made a wrinkle in the Matrix. Yes, and he didn't mean to do it. He meant for me to find the makeup yesterday. But what girl goes and gets their makeup for the night? Like, on a Sunday, when they're going to bed. So I went to get it on Monday morning. And so then I was like, I need it. And he was like, like, I need it. So then he, like, stormed downstairs and found it and gave it to me. Yeah, I know. You can say poor dude. He knows what he's getting into with me. He completely knows. We've been together for over 4 years. We're engaged. We're getting married in June. He's gotten to the point where he knows how to deal with it very well. That makeup was looking really good. His first is awesome. You looking a little crazy saying that. I know, and I'm willing to. I'm willing to look crazy because people will say, oh my god, that poor guy. And I say that to myself all the time. I'm like, you've got to have a little bit of crazy in you to be with me. Because I'm like, something's off, and you're with me. And I'm like, and you want to be. But, you know, he's the yin to my yang, and he needs me to kind of, you know, bring him out of his shell, and I need him to maybe put me back sometimes. I can say that because my husband has been dealing with my crazy for nearly 18 years. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. But they're so strong and supportive. Like, he's the most supportive person in the world. He doesn't let it get to him the way that I do. He's got control over his reactions. It's unbelievable. I learned so much from him. Yes, my fiance is extremely patient. I feel so lucky to be marrying him. Like, how did I find somebody that can take me and my crazy, you know? Forgive me for calling it my crazy. I jokingly call it that. But anyways, yeah, so if you missed it, all I was saying was that by 11 o'clock in the morning, because I couldn't find my makeup, and you can say, you know, this girl is crazy. It was just about makeup. It's not about what happened or what triggered it. It's about all of the feelings that are building up, leading up to it. It's your perfect mate. You're just his right amount of crazy. Exactly. But, so yeah, I mean, it's not about what actually sets the person off. It's the fact that it's a trigger and that something has been building up for a long time. Maybe a lack of control in your life. Maybe just even that weekend there was a lack of control that you were feeling that needed to get out. Or I've gone off on less than that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. Okay, so you guys are with me. So, but it's always something that, like, they're sitting there as men, like, what? No, I get mad about tiny things. It's what's beneath that gets out, not that tiny thing. Exactly. So the makeup was the final straw for something. So, needless to say, he bolted to the car and he got me my makeup and I put it on. I have since apologized and watched me in the morning and had some coffee. I have since apologized. He has since forgiven me. He's a sweetheart. He's incredible. He's just the most supportive person in the world. He's never, like, raised his voice and yelled at me. Ever. And I'm like, like a chicken squawking, and he's just like, why don't we talk about this in a little bit? And I'm like, how are you so freaking calm right now? I'm so angry. And he's like, I'm just telling myself not to react like that. And I'm like, how do you do that? Teach me your ways. My husband is very mellow. Yeah, my fiance is very mellow, but at the same time, he can come out of his shell and get super goofy, which I love. So anyways, I just wanted to continue that story, let you guys know that I overcame it. That I called my vocal coach at 11:15, and I was supposed to have it at 12, my lesson. That's good. You have someone that you can rein you in gently. Yes. Yes. I'm schizophrenic and narcoleptic, and I call myself crazy. I mean, hey, we all have a little crazy in us. That's awesome for you, for sharing that. Thank you very much for sharing that, because it's really scary to share those type of things, especially on a platform like this where you're so open to criticism or judgment. So I really, really appreciate you sharing that. Thank you. And I thought I was a Tecate. Do I just not know how to speak? So, do I just not know words? So I just wanted to let you guys know. You rock, Carrie. Thank you. I know, I'm so crazy I scare myself too sometimes. Like, I'm just like, how am I gonna live like this? Like, how is this gonna work? But I want to let you guys know that I made it through. You guys can do it as well. I was on the phone at 11:15 for a 12 o'clock lesson, and I was calling. I was like, I can't do it. Like, I can't get in the car. I can't drive. I'm having a panic attack. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And my vocal coach was like, you always feel better when you're here. And he was like, just get in the car, breathe, drive safe, and just come. And I came, and I did my voice coaching lesson, like, you know, when I'm actually getting taught, and, you know, and then I drove home, and then I got my food, and I made it to choir, and here I am, and I have a smile on my face for you guys. So, if you're ever feeling like you're just too crazy and that nobody is going to accept it or that you're never going to get through it, it's not something that you're just going to instantly be able to be like, okay, my crazy's gone now, but it's being able to manage it in a way that you can still be happy and live your life. I don't think you're crazy, I just think you're learning how to control your emotions as a woman. Thanks for opening this discussion. This is something I haven't talked about. That's normal. I don't know what she meant by a woman. It's more so learning how to deal with my emotions as someone who's got bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder, which a man would react in very similar ways. But to each their own opinion. That's cool. So anyway, I should probably try to think about doing some lesson planning stuff, because I do have a couple things that I have to do before my class starts, but I wanted to get on here and continue this because I just wanted to make sure that it was here. So just to recap, this was just a continuation of when I got on here earlier and talked about mental health and how that affects your PMS and your whoever JS Spencer is just came in on the word PMS. You're welcome. So yeah, we've just been talking about the effects of mental health on that, and just, you know, sharing stories and helping each other feel a little bit stronger. As a woman, we have it double because of the depression, bipolar, PMS. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Dealing with mental health issues as a woman is very different than a man, but I wouldn't say more or less difficult, because men have other ways of letting it out, you know, like a lot more physically. You're right, I should not have said woman. Okay, but I understand. I get you. Like, I understand what you're saying. Because, you know, being a woman and being a man, having the same thing, they are going to be very different. A man might struggle with, like, actually beating the shit out of somebody, instead of just beating the shit out of a door. Hello, Carla. I was actually just leaving, but if you want to catch the replay, I was doing a continuation of what we were talking about before when I was scoping earlier about PMS and mental disorders. It is just different. It's very different. And I am going to get off and go plan and do some lesson stuff and get ready for my class, but I just wanted to, I know, missed it again, but watch the replay and check it out and see if any of it resonates with you and speaks to you. Thank you. Wait. Jesuit one. I want to see who you are. Oh, Jess with one S. It was Jesuit. That was great. Jesuit. It's very nice of you to talk about it, and thank you. I don't get violent, just anxious. Okay, so then maybe that was Jess. Yeah, I'm sorry, I figured that out. I apologize if that was, you know, if I was grouping people together, but you're very welcome for talking about it. Thank you guys for being here and tuning in. Seriously, because otherwise I wouldn't have anybody to be talking about this with. I mean, I do, you know, I could go find a therapist or something, but I find that it's so, I mean, I do have a therapist, but I find that it's so, so nice to talk to you guys about this, because it's you know, it's immediate interaction. We can all share stories and gain support and, you know, strength from each other, and I think it's a wonderful thing. So I will be on here talking about this stuff. I'm going to try to do it more than I have been. There's just been so many things going on Periscope. Like, there's just so much to get into. I have my hand in so many cookie jars. Free therapy is great with Periscope, isn't it? Isn't it just amazing? Thank you, Carrie, so much for making us feel not alone. You are so, so, so welcome. And just so you know, I get just as much therapy out of this as you guys. So thank you guys for being here and tuning in. And for the 12 of you that have been here the entire time, you guys are amazing. And it means the world to me that you guys even care to tune in, or that you're aware enough to tune in. You know, it's a great thing. So so thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Check out the replay if you just joined, and I will see you guys very soon. Mwah! Remember that affects my mental health. OMA, sharing is key. Thank you. You're welcome. OMA, PMS. Okay. I was like, okay. So anyways, so I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, I know this is one of my more serious discussions, and I do like to have them from time to time to remind you guys that you do have the strength, you do have the courage, and you do have the tools that you need to get through the day. So if you're ever feeling like you don't, DM me. Shoot me a DM. Pass the bananas. Let's talk about it. We'll get on, we'll scope, we'll have some fun, we'll share some stories, and we'll do it again. So, alright guys, I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon.